And moving away from our smartphone addiction, we want to dive deeper into this digital world and see how this addiction can work for us. So I thought, why not get somebody who has about 9 years experience in this? And let me just put it out there. We went to Saints together. Once a saint, always a saint. And we have Martin Kiarie live in studio today. He is a techpreneur. He's been in the digital marketing space for 9 years. Co-founder, director, techpreneur. When you hear Being Interactive, you think of him, and so many other things that we're going to get into. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you've brought a colleague and a long-time friend. I haven't seen her in so long. Yvonne is also in the building. But so techpreneur, what exactly is that?
Yeah. So it's basically tapping into opportunity that's provided by the digital world that we're moving into. That's really it.
Yeah. But 9 years, because if we go 9 years back, we're talking 2009.
Yeah, wow.
Us guys were just discovering Facebook, my friend. We were posting up status updates. What's on your mind, Adele? Why were you ahead
and
of
we're
us?
all text.
Yes.
It was all text at the time. Yeah.
So, like, what was that moment? Do you remember, if we go back in time, that moment when you're like, Maze, there's an opportunity here you guys are not seeing?
You know, I think about that moment and I wonder what I was doing. But we actually didn't start as the cliche digital marketing agency. Yeah. We actually started as an experiential agency, but utilizing technology. Yeah. So being at the time stood for Bluetooth enabled advertising networks.
Wow.
that's what, because people ask, Bean, were you a farmer? Yes, I do. I love farming, but that wasn't the essence. But what we saw was a mobile-rich culture in Kenya, and I got the opportunity to study in the UK, and it's while I was in the cafe there that I saw on the screen it was written, turn on your Bluetooth to get free fries, in essence. And I was like, what free fries?
The Kenyan in you.
And then I'm like, but this would work in Kenya so much, right? And we came in, and I think we're a little bit ahead of our time. At the time, Bluetooth ni virus. Yeah. But,
I'm a thug.
I'm a thug, stealing your airtime. And it wasn't true, but, it was the truth to consumers. Yeah. And from that point is when we realized people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Yeah. Because it was such a disruptive way of addressing a problem. Yeah. Brands were like, wait, we like how you think. Yeah. Are you a digital agency? And I remember I was like, yes.
Bluetooth
candle. And that's when we now took our thinking of how we approached experiential marketing to actually online communication. So we're really self-taught. Yeah. And that's what kind of sets us apart.
I think most people, even this week, on Monday, we hosted a digital artist. Yeah. So she sketches and then she, scans her stuff online and then she adds different things using different brush strokes online, right? Yeah. And she's self-taught. She's 24. She learns on YouTube. She's self-taught. I think most of the things that you learn about the digital world is just like, you learn as you go.
Exactly. And the genius there is what you learn is then really valuable because it's a means to an end. Yeah. So for us, we don't have, let's say, global toolkits and stuff like that. We do have a few, but they assist us in our thinking. They don't create it for us. Mm-hmm. So when we're addressing a problem, we've been really relevant. Yeah. Because we're using it as a means to an end, not the end in itself, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Right.
So I want to know whether this is something this guy studied, because after Saints, I don't know what what he went to do. Yeah. Because there are people listening, and it's sad because we're in that gray area where people are doing degrees that their folks still think are relevant. And then there are people who are just like, no, I don't want to do a degree. Let me do a diploma, get more out of it. And then there are people who are just like, I don't even want to go to uni. Yeah. May I just know online what I'm going to do? We're in that weird gray area. Yes. And so we need to jump into that in the next 3 minutes. If you have any questions, especially if you're those people who use your social media platforms to make a bit of tunes, it's the time that you can learn a lot from Martin. Into a question first before we get into what you studied post-Saints. Mm-hmm. Gordon is saying, how do you deal with the fast rising competition, and there's a lot of pranks and madness in techpreneurship and the digital space? There's a lot of noise. How do you deal with that?
Yeah. So I think that the key thing is too many people are playing catch up and even me kind of mentalities. And I'm going to say this kind of boldly. It's not just people getting into the space in terms of providers. It's also brands, people who want to do digital marketing because a competitor is doing it or something of the sort.
Because it's in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And really, all that is a means to an end. And I think what people forget is that what you're trying to do is solve a problem.
Yeah.
Now, how you do it, is not the competitive advantage, but that you do it. And being clear about how the technology solves a problem. Because I think I was driving here and I heard you saying, is it an addiction or is it just based on the value, right? So it's not an addiction if it adds value. So I think too many people should just focus on what value am I
getting from this thing.
What problem am I solving and what value am I creating? So then technology just becomes a facilitator of that. So your competitive advantage doesn't become that I'm a techpreneur. It's that I'm solving this problem.
And I remember because I have 10,000 business ideas in my head. At any given point in time, in my head I've owned 20 businesses. Wow. But I remember reading up about business and I can't remember who said it, but they say the best business must solve a problem.
Yes.
You can't just exist.
For existing.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
exactly.
You must solve a problem. But so let's go back to let's make it 10 years ago, not 9 when you dove in.
All right.
So was this the plan?
No. I'll be honest. I had a strong reason to come back. I studied in the UK at the University of West of England. I got an amazing opportunity. And I studied computing and information systems. I did get a chance to work on Microsoft in the UK.
That's fresh.
But I turned it down to come back here purely because the benefit of being in a saturated market is you can see the gaps. And I've always been one to create, not own. I'd rather produce than consume. That's just my way of being. So and I also wanted to. There was my girlfriend at the time. Who was here in Kenya, and I needed a reason to come back, so I set up a company. And so it was a strong facilitator to get me to come back. That's a shout out, by the way.
Well, that's really interesting because last week we had Tetushani, Kenyan artist, in studio, and he got a scholarship to go to Berkeley, right? And then he turned it down to stay here because he was like, there's something happening in Kenya and I have to be there. And I remember one member of Team Adele said, even if somebody offers me fare, I can't turn it down. Sembuse a scholarship.
Oh my goodness.
So I think it's really powerful to really just take that leap and just be like, you know what, there's this opportunity, but I think there's something else at home.
Correct.
But have you ever regretted that opportunity?
Oh, not for one moment. Not for one moment. The Africa Rising narrative is not a lie. It is fact. It is true. And I'm just honored to be a testament to that story. The fact that so many people are taking power in their own hands, which I believe is what the mobile phone is giving a digital environment or a bed of equal opportunity. No one owns the digital ecosystem. Everyone has a fair play and a fair chance. So as long as you're adding value to that play, you can create something for yourself. And the fact that Being Interactive was started by a guy in a cafe in university to now having around 40 employees. Free fries. For free fries. To now having around 40 employees that are constantly creating opportunities for brands using technology. It's a testament. Is real. It's a testament. So, I don't regret it at all.
So in the next 3 minutes, what I want to touch on is social media influencing, because you're saying everybody has that power. You know what I mean? And we're seeing it happening. Some people are like, oh, it's not such a good thing, especially coming out of elections. We've seen what happens. But loving the manenos that Kiarie is sharing, especially about this girl. Is she still with him? She must be there. She made him come back.
2 kids later.
2 kids, man. She's now wife. All right, guys? She's now wife. But send through your questions, though, as we dive deeper into the world that is the digital world. But social media influencing, right? A lot of times it's presented, especially when you're in Campo, wherever you are, it's presented as a good side hustle if you grow your followers. So people are constantly trying to grow followers because they're like, if I have more followers, then I'll get more chooms, because I'll say I have this number of people, and when I tweet, it reaches this. I work with a crew of 10, will make you trend. That's the side hustle very many campus students have, and even people who are in jobos. So what's your take on the social media influencer world?
It's a very interesting. interest space. But if I could take it a little bit broader, right? I heard on your show earlier around your questions around addiction and use of the mobile phone. Now, if I was to pose a question to you, you see a lot of people gaming, playing video games, and stuff on their phone and off their phone. Unfortunately, it's used as a thing, it's a distraction. You tell people not do it, get serious with life. If I told you there were tournaments where people get paid around $140 million,
I will start learning now.
To win. So what's the difference between Mayweather and someone who's a professional gamer? So, to answer that question that you've asked around side hustles, I think the technology environment gives us a place, as I said earlier, to create possibility for ourselves. Right? Now, it's what value you're adding to problems that you're solving. Using technology that makes the difference between the who's
how it's going to affect you.
The haves and the have-nots. Right? So, in terms of social media influencing specifically, I think it's a great place because it's the rise of a new media owner. And if you look at those people, they're not just people who consume social media, i.e., they just look at what other people are doing. They've taken the act to produce. They're now, there's no difference in my mind between Nation, KTN, Kiss, and this guy who's publishing himself online. So I think it's an amazing opportunity. Now, one thing that I will put as a caveat is when they're producing all this content, remember that the reason people love you is because of your content, not because of your likes. And so when you're looking to then monetize, you should monetize what's true to you, which is your content. Because the audience belongs to the channel that you're distributing it on. It's just like right now I'm on your show. The audience is not mine, but the story is. So if you get what I mean.
So there has to be like some sort of authenticity to there has to be a person behind the hashtag.
Because and then what's your message? What's your purpose? Why do people follow you? You're either inspiring people a certain way. So brands that want to connect with that same message will then come and connect with you, not because you have likes.
And what do you stand for?
Exactly.
Do you see a long-term plan with social media influencing? Or do you see it like, people talk about the property bubble.
Yes.
Like, it's a bust too.
I think.
Do you think this is also one of those situations where there's a bubble and it's about to bust?
It will bust, but it won't break up. It will change form. Where people come together, I believe, and it's something actually we want to drive. We actually put out a post looking for creators. Because it's about moving into a new form of media owner as opposed to a new audience and inventory channel. So it's about being a media owner and coming together and change. So we will no longer, I think people should no longer sell audience. They should sell stories. And focus on the stories.
So there's going to be it'll
an
evolve.
Evolution, exactly, where people no longer, I can make you trend. That won't matter anymore. So that's my belief.
That's a good take home. Martin doesn't know this, but we do have Celebrity Quickfire coming through.